Why do we fall for people who hurt us, even when we know they're bad for us, even when our friends warn us, even when our own heart is exhausted from trying? It doesn't make sense on the surface. Pain is supposed to push us away. Hurt is supposed to teach us lessons. Yet for many people, the deepest attachment forms not with those who treat them well, but with those who confuse, neglect, reject, or emotionally wound them. This isn't weakness. It isn't stupidity. And it isn't because you enjoy suffering. It's psychology. Human attraction is not driven by logic. It's driven by emotional patterns formed long before we ever fall in love. Most of us don't fall for people based on who they are in the present. We fall for how they make us feel, and more importantly, how familiar that feeling is. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar peace. When someone hurts us in a way that mirrors old emotional wounds, our brain doesn't interpret it as danger. It interprets it as home. Many people grow up learning that love is inconsistent. Love comes with silence. Love comes with mood swings. Love has to be earned. Love disappears when you make mistakes. If this was your emotional environment growing up, your nervous system adapts to it. As an adult, calm, stable love can feel boring, suspicious, or emotionally flat. But someone who pulls away, sends mixed signals, or makes you feel anxious, that activates something deep inside you. Not because it's healthy, but because it's familiar. There is also the powerful role of intermittent reinforcement. When someone hurts you but occasionally gives you affection, attention, or validation, your brain becomes addicted to the unpredictability. The highs feel higher because the lows are so low. Every small moment of kindness feels like proof that the pain was worth it. This is the same psychological mechanism that makes gambling addictive. You don't know when the reward will come, so you keep playing, hoping the next moment will be different. Another reason we fall for people who hurt us is the desire to heal old wounds through new relationships. Deep down, many people are not just in love with the person in front of them. They are in love with the idea that, this time will be different. If you were abandoned, ignored, or made to feel unworthy in the past, you may unconsciously choose someone emotionally unavailable so that if you finally earn their love, it will rewrite your story. Their acceptance would feel like redemption. Their choosing you would feel like proof that you are enough. This is why letting go feels impossible. You're not just letting go of a person. You're letting go of a fantasy. The fantasy that if you try harder, love deeper, stay longer, they will change. The fantasy that your patience will be rewarded. The fantasy that your pain has meaning. Walking away feels like admitting defeat, not just in the relationship, but in the story you were telling yourself about who you were and what you deserve. There's also the issue of emotional chemistry versus emotional safety. Chemistry often comes from tension, mystery, and emotional unpredictability. Safety comes from consistency, honesty, and reliability. Unfortunately, chemistry feels exciting, while safety feels quiet. Many people confuse excitement with love. But excitement driven by anxiety is not intimacy. It's emotional hypervigilance. You're constantly monitoring their tone, their messages, their distance. Your heart races, not because you feel cherished, but because you don't know where you stand. People who hurt us often trigger our attachment system intensely. If you have an anxious attachment style, someone distant or inconsistent will activate your fear of abandonment. This creates a powerful emotional loop. The more they pull away, the more you chase. The more you chase, the less they show up. Your self-worth slowly becomes tied to their behavior. Their attention feels like oxygen. Their silence feels like rejection. Over time, you stop asking whether the relationship is healthy and start asking what's wrong with you. We also fall for people who hurt us because pain can feel meaningful. Suffering for love is romanticized in movies, music, and culture. We're taught that real love is hard, that struggle proves depth, that if it hurts, it must be real. But love that constantly hurts is not deep. It's draining. Love is not supposed to feel like a test you're always failing. It's not supposed to require you to abandon yourself to keep someone else. Another hidden reason is self-worth. When someone doesn't fully choose us, we may believe it reflects our value. We think, if I can make them love me, it means I'm worthy. Their approval becomes a mirror for how we see ourselves. This is dangerous because it hands your self-esteem to someone who has already shown they can't handle it with care. You begin to tolerate behavior you would never accept from someone else, all in the name of holding on. Fear also plays a huge role. Fear of being alone. Fear of starting over. Fear that this is the best you can get. Fear that no one else will want you. These fears keep people emotionally stuck long after the relationship has stopped giving anything back. The pain becomes familiar, and familiarity feels safer than the unknown. Even if the unknown might be healthier. Sometimes, we fall for people who hurt us because they reflect parts of ourselves we haven't healed. Their emotional unavailability mirrors our difficulty trusting. Their chaos mirrors our inner turmoil. Their inconsistency mirrors our confusion about what we deserve. In this way, the relationship becomes a mirror, not a match. It shows us our wounds rather than soothing them. Letting go of someone who hurts you doesn't mean you didn't love them. It means you're choosing yourself. It means you're recognizing that love without respect, safety, and consistency is not love that can sustain you. Healing begins when you stop trying to be chosen by people who cannot choose you in healthy ways. When you finally step away, it may feel empty at first. The intensity is gone. The drama is gone. The constant thinking is gone. And in that silence, many people panic. They mistake peace for loneliness. But peace is not boring. It's unfamiliar. And unfamiliar doesn't mean wrong. Healthy love doesn't make you question your worth. It doesn't keep you guessing. It doesn't hurt you to teach you lessons. It meets you where you are and grows with you, not at your expense. When you heal, your attraction changes. You stop craving emotional chaos and start craving emotional clarity. If you find yourself drawn to people who hurt you, don't shame yourself. Ask yourself what feels familiar about this pattern. Ask yourself what part of you is trying to be healed through them. Awareness is the first step out of the cycle. You don't need to be fixed. You need to be understood. The truth is, we don't fall for people who hurt us because we like pain. We fall for them because our nervous system learned to associate pain with love. Healing teaches us that love doesn't have to hurt to be real. And when you truly believe that, the people who once felt irresistible will start to feel exhausting instead. That's when you know you're changing.